Welcome to Fandom of the Opera, Paradox Opera's new podcast where we talk about opera, fandom, and everything in between. We're your hosts, Alissa.
And Gwen.
Sure, Jan. And something's about to happen.
Something already did.
Yeah. That choice that you made.
That was a choice.
Yep. And now you can't take it back. I'm not letting you.
Yeah. And actually, you know, that ties into the theme of today's episode, which is
pain and suffering.
Choices that cannot be undone.
So in the last month, we have finished several very large, unrelated yet completely related things, as we just realized right now, which is my playthrough of the video game Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and our production of Next to Normal. What do these things have in common? Well, brace yourselves. This episode is going to be massively full of spoilers. For both of these things. So here's your warning now. If you either have not engaged with one or both of these properties and intend to later, or
if you care about spoilers,
probably turn it off. But if you don't care or you do know what we're talking about, great. Hi, welcome on in. Sorry this episode is a little gatekeeping, except no, we're not. Because this episode is about gaslighting, gatekeeping, and girl bossing.
Fuck yeah, it is.
So, we literally just realized this morning, as I was like, we should talk about this game because it's amazing and it feels like a thing we should talk about because of all of the themes and all of the incredible music and all of the operatic stuff that is part of the game. And Gwen was like, wait a minute, low-key,
they're about the same thing.
Same plot. Actually, kind of same plot, different country.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Clair Obscur is really it's next to normal French. En français.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. That feels like just how the French would react.
Yeah. It's the most extra over the top reaction
to grief.
They're like, my life has been destroyed. I will make the Eiffel Tower flaccid. And I will kill everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jazz hands.
Whee!
Shout out to the French for being so fucking dramatic.
You know.
I have no choice but to respect it.
It's pretty great.
It's iconic.
It's honestly great.
Keep rioting in the street at every minor inconvenience in your workplace. You are heroes.
High key.
God, I wish that the American labor movement had half the backbone that the French do.
We really need to learn from them, and I don't think we ever will.
Well, I mean, at this point, I don't think we can, because
it's too late.
Well, because so much has been entrenched in law to punish protest, whether legal or not. It's just, we live in hell, and, you know, maybe...
So we play video games instead.
About living in hell.
But the video games are great because you can win.
Yes. Well,
not this one.
We'll get there.
That's like how I feel about Persona 5. Like, Persona 5 is... This is spoilers for everything, but now it's also spoilers for Persona 5.
God bless.
Like, only kind of. But, you know, you're living in hell, and everything is bad, and you actually, as a teenager, have the power to fix all the stupid adults' bullshit, and then you do. And, like, fix the world.
And that is one of the endings of Clair Obscur, arguably.
So, where do we start? Why don't you lay out your very concise explanation of why they're the same that you did to me earlier?
Great. So, once again, massive spoiler warning for
both
a Pulitzer-winning musical and a many award-winning video game.
Game of the year, baby.
They are both about how a family deals with grief at the loss of a son. And also about how a daughter is emotionally neglected as a result of the family's grief.
Like, what do you mean it's the same?
It is the same.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, even down to the fact that in both the game and the musical, the mother is the one who is holding on and really and she won't let go.
Yep.
And the father is the one who is trying to like pull her out of it, but not in a particularly compassionate or helpful way. It's just, it's all really fucking dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And then you have this daughter here who is
having a bad time.
Mael,
TM.
I can't remember her real quote unquote name. Alicia, yeah. She is like the invisible girl because of her.
She was burned in a fire.
Yeah, and now she can't talk. And so like she can't even curse at her parents the way that Natalie can.
Yeah.
But, you know, Expedition 33 has another sibling who is the actual devil.
I mean, she's just like, hey guys, I know that you're all sad and whatever, but I'm out here fighting the real war.
Yeah. I think Clea is like Natalie's angry, rebellious side, and
I mean, she is really her own entity because like there is this other external thing in Clair Obscur that really doesn't ever get addressed.
We are under fucking attack.
Yeah, like the entire game exists in this like fake world that is like these people have this magical power to like paint these paintings and then go inside the paintings, and there's another world inside the paintings. But there's a literal like crazy giant war happening in the real world that just never ever gets addressed.
Magical painters and magical writers.
Yeah. Which I would love to know more about. But Clea's upset at everyone because she's like, guys, I know that you're all upset and whatever,
we
but
have
there's
our
a
personal
war
shit
out here. So she's just out there like being the only one fighting the war.
There's a war going on somewhere out there, and Verso isn't here.
He's dead. He's dead. Spoiler. He's
Spoilers.
Dead as fuck.
Okay, so we've started going into the game.
Yeah.
Why don't you give the kind of elevator pitch for the game itself for those who are unfamiliar?
Okay, well, here's all the spoilers. So something that I really love about the game is that they just throw you in head first and you really have no idea what's going on. So apologies, now I'm going to ruin all of that. But you figure all of this.
You've been fucking warned.
Yeah, you figure all of this out as you play the game, and most of it not until like the very end, which is very cool. But you exist in this world where there is a constant countdown of numbers, and each time it counts down, everyone who is the age of the previous number just disappears. They're dead. Goodbye. Nobody knows what's going on. And so everybody who is in their last year of life goes on an expedition to try to stop the Paintress, which is who they think is the big bad guy. Turns out it's this mom, and she's not actually really the bad guy. Well,
yeah,
yes. In the
yes.
way that they believe. Like,
correct.
They think that she is killing them all.
Right.
You come to find out later that she is saving as many as she can.
The countdown is her waning strength to protect everyone.
Right. And her husband is the one who is trying to pull her out of the canvas, and that would make the entire world crumble, basically. Yes. And so you go on this expedition to try to figure out what's going on, and
they're like, hey, maybe if we could stop everybody of a certain age getting fucking Thanos snapped every year, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And there have been, 67 expeditions so far?
Yep. No one has succeeded. But it's okay, because Expedition 33 succeeds, because Mael is there, who is actually only 16, and she went anyway, but she's actually the real human daughter who fell into the painting, and her sister was just like, well, whatever, enjoy, fuck you. I'll see you later. Gonna go fight this war. I'm not helping your ass.
God bless.
But there's so much. There's obviously part of it is the son that has died is materialized in the painting, and it's his painting.
Yes.
And so the parents are fighting over whether or not to destroy the painting.
Right. Because the mother, there is a piece of Verso's soul
In the painting.
still in the painting, which is part of the, as I understand it from only watching you play like half of the game,
Yeah.
is part of the magical process of creating.
I think so. It's not really actually that heavily
It's not
explained.
made
It's not
particularly
very clear.
explicit.
No.
Once again, shout out to the French for not spoon feeding every single thing.
This game is the epitome of not spoon feeding, and I love it. It's really not heavy-handed at all.
It's just sort of like, you know what? You can decide some details.
Yeah. Well, and also
you
like
can
you figure it
make
out.
up your mind.
It'll make up your mind. This is clarity.
Clair Obscur that you did not have before.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah, and so the game has 2 different endings, and you get to choose,
Yes.
which is obviously different than the show.
Yeah. So the person that you kind of think is the protagonist gets
Oh, yeah, gets
Exploded.
ganked. He gets ganked real early.
at the end of Act 1.
Yeah.
And then Act 2 introduces Verso,
Right.
who you do not know at the
I
time
don't know anything about his shit until like the end.
is the dead son of this family and the ghost of the creator of this fake world.
Right. Also, Maëlle doesn't know who she is.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Maëlle is
She's the daughter,
Gustav's like adopted younger sister,
basically, because everyone's dead.
and Gustav is the apparent protagonist,
Right. For 5 seconds.
voiced by Charlie Cox. And so like Maëlle is introduced as this kid sister archetype
Yeah, but also
of
with a lot of
yeah,
audacity.
she has a lot she has the audacity.
She does have the audacity.
She has a very complicated interior life, which obviously she should, because she is the actual protagonist of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize that the game is about her until
Right.
much later.
Yeah.
So, like, first it seems to be about Gustav,
Mm-hmm.
and then Gustav abruptly fucking dies,
Mm-hmm.
and then it seems to be kind of about Verso.
I mean,
And the thing with him is that he is visibly older
Right.
than the age
Right.
that everybody else is. And so they're like, what's your deal?
and then
he's
he
like,
admits that he's immortal.
yeah.
But-
he's like, hey, I can't die.
Yeah.
Doesn't he fucking detach his torso
He cuts himself in half. Yeah.
for the bit?
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough that he does this
For the bit.
for comedic effect.
Yeah. Well, because everyone's having a bad time. And
Yeah.
he's like, how do I help? Let me dismember myself. And
Shout out to the French. This is
Yeah.
fucking unhinged.
but also like you don't know anything about you don't know that you're in a painting at
Yeah.
that point.
As far
And,
as you're
like,
concerned, this is
it's
the real
life.
world.
And in retrospect, the animation is so obvious.
Yes, it is very painted.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that makes the game so gorgeous.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Which I have to say, if they do end up making a sequel,
I want to know about the war.
well, right, but if they make a sequel, the thing that kind of makes sense on my brain is to explore the other side
Yeah.
of the war. But then it's like, what do you
Right.
do with the visuals?
Right.
Because the painters
Yeah.
have this really fascinating visual style.
Right, sure.
And I think there is a way to do that
Yeah.
with the writers.
Well, you know
but
they
it's
they do that in Near Replicant, and everyone hates it because it's a black screen with text on it, and that's it.
Wait, really?
Yes. I'm so serious.
It's like a text adventure.
Yes.
Dope.
Yes. It is voice acted. But yeah, no, that has been done in a game where you go into this world that is this like just like text dream. And that's it. That's all it is. It's just text on a black screen.
Yeah. And I think there's a really cool way to do it visually. I bet you could build some really cool environments out of different fonts.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
for sure.
Especially kind of like old school typesetting.
Yeah.
Like
there's
Gutenberg ass.
that is a game.
Gutenberg core.
No, there's literally, I'll show it to you later. I'll put this on the goodies list because I'm going to fully forget the name. But like what you're describing literally exists.
God bless.
Yeah.
Is it a game where Times New Roman goes to war with Comic Sans, a la Brennan Lee Mulligan and Zach Oyama?
No, but...
What mercy do you think you will find?
I'm going to have to do some Googling because I'm going to forget the name of this game, but I own it on Steam, so I can find it.
Dope.
But yeah. That'll be in the notes. But literally what you're describing, like, it exists, and I have played it.
And it's called Serving Font.
Oh my god. Is that everything now?
Maybe,
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
This is your fault for making me watch Drag Race.
She's in the middle of season 7 and she's having a time.
A time.
TM.
A time is being had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Clair Obscur.
You expect us to not go on tangents? That's what this podcast is.
That's true.
Right. So anyways, we would be interested in seeing more lore of the real world. But yes, the entire core you come to learn of what is happening in this game is this son. Obviously, Verso is a whole adult when
Right.
he dies, which, spoilers,
He dies in a
contrary-
fire.
Contrary to what happens in Next to Normal.
He's an adult.
He's an adult. He dies in a fire, the same fire that Aline is injured in. And her like bottom half of her face and neck is like severely burned and she loses her voice. And the family is like, we don't care about you. We're sad about our son. We're going to go fucking cry in a painting.
Mm-hmm.
But you also learn that spending too much time inside the painting will hurt you in some way.
Yeah.
And so part of the reason that the dad is trying so hard to get the mother out of the painting is because he's like, I don't want you to die in there. Like,
Right.
This is killing you. And I don't want to lose you as well. It's like a power draining,
Like it's
Like
kind of your
rapid
body
aging.
is wasting away, kind of.
Kind of, but it seems like it's some
Or also
kind of,
mental deterioration, or just like
Yes.
your life essence is being drained.
I think it's that. It's not like explicitly explained.
God bless.
But-
I love it.
It is made very clear that spending too much time in the painting
Is bad for you.
could kill you.
Yeah.
That's really all that's said about it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do we save our discussion of the endings until after we've talked about Next to Normal, or do we just talk about that?
We could jump around.
Well, also part of the reason I was like, we have to talk about this game is if you do not know this game and you are still listening to this podcast, do yourself a favor and go listen to the soundtrack now.
Yes. The
Like-
soundtrack is fucking incredible.
Yeah. It's one of the best soundtracks to anything ever that I've ever heard. It's so good. I, in part of my playthrough on Twitch, wanted to tie in as much as I could of my opera expertise to making this playthrough more interesting. And it's just me losing my mind about how good this soundtrack is, because I'm very picky about singing, as you might have guessed from last week's episode. And
What?
I know, right? And the singers in this soundtrack are spectacular. And also they sing in real French and vernacular French,
We love a uvular R.
which is very exciting for me because you get to hear this classical style,
Obscur.
but with that sound that's very uncommon because it's very frowned upon in classical repertoire. So
Yeah, we're taught to flip those R's
Yeah.
rather than...
because it makes you sound vulgar, as they
Great.
say. Right, I know.
That's French.
Right, and it's like, oh no, that's like beneath us. That's for lounge singers. Right, exactly. So it's exciting for me personally to get to hear those sounds in this style. I think it's so good, and also the singing is just impeccable.
It's lovely.
Impeccable. The composition is phenomenal. There's so much that just, I mean, play the game or watch a playthrough, but listen to the soundtrack. It's so good. It's so good. And I had just come off of playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, where I was just bitching about the horrible singing in the opera scene, quote unquote, in 7 Rebirth. And I'm like, Square Enix, get your shit together. This is embarrassing. You're Square Enix. Why couldn't you get a better singer? Embarrassing. Meanwhile, E33 over here, they found these people on like French Fiverr. Literally.
5 heures.
Like, it was like in a forum or something. Like, they were just like random people they found on the internet, and they're incredible.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you have something like that, and then I look at a company like Square Enix, and I'm like, I'm just like, why is it bad? Like, you have no excuse. This is embarrassing. So, and I don't care. I'll say it till I die. Come for me. Or just hire me, Square Enix. I would sing for you. I'll sing better than the people you have right now. What? Huh?
What?
That's going to get me a job.
Yes. Yeah. You know, people talk so much about walking in with your resume.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about walking in and just throwing down a fucking gauntlet.
Yeah. Well, I also have talked about, for musical theater stuff, wondering if I should walk in with no resume and pretend that I'm stupid and I don't know anything. Because they see opera and they don't listen to me anyways. So
They're like, oh yeah, this bitch isn't gonna know how to turn that off.
yeah. Well, they should have come to see Next to Normal on Broadway.
Broadway.
In Durham. We have brought Broadway here.
Yes. If it was up to our director, we would have received many Tonys.
You get a Tony. You get a Tony. You get
Everyone
a Tony.
gets a Tony.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
we were fucking great.
We're so good. We're so talented. And you're just going to have to take our word for it because we're not allowed to put it on the
Not
internet.
allowed to stream it
really
or put
sad.
it up on the internet.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad. So please believe me, we're very talented.
Yeah. It was great. The end.
The end. Everyone cried. They laughed too.
They did laugh,
And-
including at some things that I was not expecting to get laughs.
And they laughed at things that I don't think in other productions were played for laughs, but I think it was really effective that it was played for laughs.
Yes.
Like, now you go.
Yes.
Which,
I was just going to say Kelly made a lot of
Yeah.
choices
Yeah.
as Diana
yeah.
with how to deliver certain lines that just landed, because
Yeah.
you read it in the script and you're like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that there?
Yeah.
And then you see her do it and you're like, that's why that's there.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know that I've seen other portrayals of that role do that,
Yeah.
which was so exciting for us.
Right. I mean, it is really cool to work with someone who can bring things out in a text that might not have even been originally intended, but
Yeah.
are still very effective.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed, I knew this was going to get a laugh, but I think it read differently than people expected. My, yes, ours. They were like, why are you so happy about that?
Yeah, Natalie is real excited about that dead cat.
Yep. In a scene where they're showing photos to Diana to jog her memory after ECT, she says, there's an interaction between Natalie, the daughter, and Diana, where she
Natalie
says,
goes, here's the damage
to the Honda when you showed me how to park it.
Did we crush somebody's cat beneath the tire?
Yes, ours. And I apparently just had this shit-eating grin.
Genuinely one of my favorite lines in the show. It's so morbidly hilarious.
Yeah. Although I will say I was very sad that we never got the laugh that I wanted at Rabies.
Yeah.
Which I think is the funniest line in the show. But
I love it.
It's okay.
It's in the middle of a
There's
number
so much
that
going on.
you can't take the time.
Well, yeah, but I was expecting at least like a murmur.
Yeah. It got a reaction on at least one of the nights.
Yeah. Henry can't come in. He's got rabies. It's funny.
Yeah. You know, if I had rabies, you probably shouldn't have been letting me put my mouth on your mouth.
I mean, yeah. Also, if you have rabies, you're fucked.
Yes.
You're gonna die.
I mean, once symptoms present is my understanding. That like if you get a bite, you still have time
right now
to get the shot.
Yeah, but like otherwise you're gonna die.
But once symptoms start showing, it is 100% fatal.
Yeah.
In a really fucking miserable way.
And like pretty fast though, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Like you're going down for real. That plays when you die, baby.
Not fucking Flo Rida accompanying you to the afterlife.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
If you get rabies, you're probably in Florida. So, as someone who grew up in Florida, I can say that. It's highly probable. Yeah. It could happen.
It could happen. Don't get rabies in Florida, or else the last thing you hear will be going down for real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real. That's true facts.
Going down farther than femurs. Girls get wetter than Katrina.
Katrina.
Here come the hurricane, bitch. Oh no.
Oh dear.
We are off the rails.
Yeah. Welcome to us
Everyone
talking about
is
dead sons
so surprised.
who died of rabies.
Okay, so we did the
so we've been gatekeeping.
overview of.
We've been gatekeeping the plot of Next to Normal.
Yes.
So we will now ungatekeep the plot of Next to Normal if you don't know and you're still listening and you want the spoilers.
Yes. So the big twist in Next to Normal is you already know that it's about an average suburban family, and the mom has some pretty severe mental issues.
Yeah.
She's diagnosed as bipolar. There's some other stuff going on. She says, it turns out bipolar didn't quite cover it.
Yeah.
The big twist is that Gabe, the son, who is the first person other than Diana that you see in the show. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think Gabe is the first person to speak, because he says,
correct.
like,
"What are you doing up?"
It's 3 a.m. What are you doing? And so then Diana starts singing, and that's the first sung line in the show. But yeah, Gabe is the first person to speak in the show. Yeah. He's been dead the whole time. And not only that, not only is he dead, he died when he was a baby.
8 months old. Yeah.
And this teenager version of Gabe is something that has been lingering with Diana ever since.
In large part, you come to find out because she was never really allowed to grieve.
Yeah, not the way she needed to.
By her husband, by the doctors, by anyone.
Yeah.
And I mean, pretty immediately, and I'm sure it was Dan's idea, it was like, all right, time to replace the baby.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah, because Gabe's 18th birthday happens pretty early in the show. And that's when you find out that he's not here.
Yep.
And Natalie is canonically 16. So it was a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Especially because it wasn't like he was stillborn. It was he survived for 8 months.
And had an intestinal obstruction.
And died of an intestinal obstruction. And then at some point, probably within like less than a year after his death.
Yes.
Because of the timeline of, you know, how long
4 months.
Pregnancy and gestation take.
4 months of grief, then we gotta drug you and knock you up again.
One of the big distinctions between Next to Normal and Expedition 33, aside from Next to Normal's staggering lack of parry mechanics.
Yeah. That would have helped, I think.
Yeah, I think the audience would have really appreciated that.
I think I added a parry mechanic on Friday night with that really aggressive. Oh man, I think I scared everyone because it was loud. Where's all this Karen been for
16 years?
It was very loud.
God bless.
I did not expect it to be that loud. I scared myself a little bit.
Good.
Anyway, I also scared Bradley.
But the big difference, as we alluded to before, is that, you know, Verso was an adult when he died.
Right.
And Alicia / Mael have memories of him. And, like, they have their own personal connection with him that they can draw on.
Right.
Versus Natalie's experience of quite literally being conceived to replace a dead son.
Yeah.
She has never met this person.
Yeah.
But this whole time he has been a
haunting
ghost haunting her entire life. Yeah. And whether or not you want that to be literal is, you know, it's...
I mean, the thing is, I think it's extremely reasonable to say that his ghost is haunting her because, like, to Diana, that presence is there.
Yes.
Which means that everyone feels it.
Yes.
So...
No, it is definitely something that is hanging over everyone's life.
Yeah.
From that point onward, and in Natalie's case, that is the entirety of her life and the reason she exists.
Yeah.
And that's, from an existential point of view, fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, Natalie, she goes kind of off the rails in Act 2, but...
Oh, it's halfway through Act 1.
Valid crash out.
It's fast.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. She's already crashing out in number 13.
Yeah.
So...
It's not great.
No.
So I guess the moral of Next to Normal is if you have a child that dies, don't
replace it.
Don't have another specifically to replace it.
You know, I feel that way about people's pets too.
Yeah, that sure is something.
That's the whole sentence.
Allow yourself to grieve.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever said this on the internet, but I've said this to you many a time.
Yeah.
Like, I had a cat that was like my cat when I was a kid, and he died in 2015. So 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I still have not gotten another cat because every time I think about my cat, I just start crying and I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's been 11 years. So, you know, I guess I should be medicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been more than 4 months. Pathological.
It is pathological
Drug
and should be
me.
medicated.
Yeah. It is really interesting to see the parallels of how these people in these reality fantasy worlds, like, navigate essentially the same thing.
Not to get, like, big picture and potentially take us entirely off the rails again. But that's one of the most important things about art is the ability to address real issues and real emotions. No matter how insane or unrealistic the setting is,
Right.
it needs to have emotional honesty.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to land.
Right.
And it's not going to... The emotional honesty is what makes it feel so real.
Yeah.
And what makes it feel so relatable.
Right. And that's how you connect with your audience. Be
Yeah.
that the person holding the controller or the person sitting in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a story about such a human feeling and the human experience of death is inevitable and you have to learn how to deal with it. And you have a choice as to how to deal with it. And some of those choices might be healthy and some of those choices might be not.
Yeah.
No matter how insane the world is that you have created, that is a very intensely relatable story. And that's how you can give so much life to these characters and have people care about them so much. Because it wouldn't be... Like, not every game has to be emotionally devastating.
Right.
But this game would not be emotionally devastating if there weren't that core of reality and emotional honesty.
Yeah.
This game is going to speak to someone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people who kind of know what it's about who are like, I can't play this game.
Yeah.
Like, or like, I started it and I like can't finish it. It's just like, it's too much. It's too much. Especially when you, in Clair Obscur, put the power in the audience's hands.
Yes.
Which...
So, Next to Normal, being a show, is just a single narrative.
Right.
It has one ending.
Right. It will never change.
And what happens is, like, the family falls apart, essentially. Diana has to leave.
But
in order to
falls apart, but also in a way where they're actually finally talking to each other.
Yes. No, that sometimes when things are fundamentally broken, you need to let them fall apart.
Yeah.
Says someone who has had to let go of her own view of her identity when something isn't working. The sunk cost fallacy of like, well, I've come this far, I might as well see it through, isn't gonna help.
No, you're just gonna have a
sometimes
bad and worse and worse and worse time.
Things need to break.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that's not just okay, but it's actually the only way that you can grow and heal and become who and what you need to be. And that's when I say that the family falls apart, I don't mean it in a pejorative way, because it is, at the end of the show, it's very
hopeful,
a very bittersweet thing, because it is sad and emotionally devastating and everything, but you have this family that has been essentially locked together in unspoken grief and trauma for 18 years. And that unit has to break in order for people to get better. And so Diana has to leave and hopefully not forego all treatment entirely. I hope for her sake, but it's left open. You don't really know. And Dan
needs to go to therapy.
The dad is finally given the opportunity to say, like, yes, actually, I would like you to recommend someone I can talk to.
Therapy.
And I think that, you know, I spend a lot of time shitting on Dan because he's such a
He's a
wet paper towel
Yeah.
of a human being. He's such a piece of shit.
But he means well. He's trying really hard.
And to be fair, I think I've said this to you before, that one of the reasons that I had such intense reactions initially to both Dan and Henry is because I see elements of myself in those characters, and I'm like, you are showing me a reflection of myself that I really fucking don't like. And I would like to be a better person than this. And I know that I'm not always.
I think it's really interesting that we had such opposite reactions to our characters on first viewing.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, obviously Natalie's very different, but I tend to see a character where that is the case for me, and I'm very drawn to it. Like, I'm like, give me that. I want to do that. I don't know what that says about me. I'm a little freak.
Oh,
but
I cannot stress enough that my initial reaction to Dan was extremely negative, and also like, I need to play this man someday. There would be something so intensely therapeutic about playing Dan. It is not something that I, at this moment in my life, felt ready for emotionally.
I know. I said, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, no.
I will not cast you in that role right now.
And that was the correct decision.
I know.
Because you're good at your job.
I'm very
You're
good
an
at my
excellent
job.
casting director.
Yeah.
And the Dan that we found was fucking phenomenal.
Our little infant.
Shout out to Bradley.
We love him.
Was he actually the youngest
Yes.
member of the cast?
Yes.
God bless. God bless. The patriarch of the Goodman family was the youngest member of the cast.
Yeah.
And Henry, the 17-year-old stoner, was the second oldest member of the cast.
It's okay.
God bless.
It's okay.
You know, we made it work.
It's not about our physical age.
Exactly. It's about our spiritual age, and I'm extremely immature.
I mean, I'm a very believable 16-year-old, so thanks. I say that with shade. I am glad that I'm good at my job and that it's believable, because every single opera character is 16.
That's true.
Every single one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not jumping back into last week's discussion of voice and vocal acceptability and how things should be approached. But yes, a lot of these leading opera characters sure are teenagers.
They sure are. They sure are. Yes.
And there sure are expectations about the way that they're going to sound. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because we had a whole episode two weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway.
To get back to next to normal Broadway.
Very different from opera.
There is only the one narrative.
Right.
And I think it's awesome that even in this singular narrative, there is a fair amount of who knows. Mm-hmm. Things are left ambiguous. Mm-hmm. And there is, at the end, ambiguity about what happens with Diana.
Yeah.
And how she chooses to move forward. But the result isn't the point.
Right.
The fact is that, as she says, like, with Dan in her life, with you always there to catch me,
right.
like, I would never know the feeling of solid ground. Mm-hmm. And she has to learn how to be on her own before she can really make significant progress in her grief and her mental health journey.
Yeah.
And then
he does
Dan,
too. And
he literally at the end of Act 1 says, because I've never been alone, I could never be alone.
He even says in the middle of the big fight in Act 1, could you leave me?
Right.
Could you let me go under?
Mm-hmm. Yes. That
Could you
his
watch as I drown and wonder why? Like,
his whole reaction to Diana's explosion is all about himself.
Me. Yeah.
And he's an incredible character. Like, he is so fascinating and so well written, and he's such a piece of shit. Parentheses affectionate.
Right. Like, he's very much the kind of person who is a piece of shit, but he's not trying to be a piece of shit.
Yes.
Like, he's accidentally a piece of shit.
He's incredibly selfish.
Yeah.
And the choices that he makes hurt the people that he claims to care about the most.
But it's very much like I don't think he fully is conscious of how selfish the choices are.
Absolutely not.
And so
and
like,
that's
he thinks he's doing the best thing for
he thinks that he is doing the right thing and being the stable presence and like holding everything together when he's actually strangling everyone, including himself.
Right, he's never allowed himself to grieve, and that's really apparent.
I have said before that the villain of Next to Normal is Dan, but
and then people get mad at us.
Actual villain
is mental health.
Is mental health and the American healthcare system, and also, in Dan's case, especially the concept of masculinity.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And this idealized view of the nuclear family and the father as like the head of the household and this like stable presence who has to hold everything together. And Dan has been steeped in that his entire life, and he thinks that he's doing the right thing, and it is so deeply damaging to everyone around him and to himself. And that's so fucking compelling. He's such a good character. He's an incredible character who I will also say every time, like, you piece of shit.
Yeah, we are not Team Dan.
Absolute fucking asshole.
No one is Team Dan.
You have to feel some amount of compassion for him.
And I think you do. Absolutely.
Even as you recognize, like, yeah, fuck you, dude. The spoiler has been talked about in Act 1 that Gabe is dead.
Real.
He has been dead the whole time, and he died as a baby. And so this 18-year-old son who is living in their house is an 18-year progressive delusion of the mother. Or maybe an actual ghost, which gets kind of vaguely raised as a question mark in the finale, and then we're just like,
we're not gonna talk
ambiguity. It's great.
I mean,
and more art should
also
engage with it.
There's so many ways you can read that. Because,
Yes.
You know, it's also
because saying like, oh yes, he's a real ghost and has been a real ghost this whole time is, for something so fantastical. It's a very overly literal reading of that scene,
and
I think.
It makes Dan even worse. It makes Dan actually the villain.
Right, because if there actually has been a presence, and he actually has been aware of that presence before now, and is like, nope, not seeing it.
He is clearly the villain if that's the case.
Yeah. At the end of the first act, after the big reveal, Diana is not doing well. She has gone off of her medication. She's gone to see the therapist.
Therapist.
Yeah.
Just talk therapy. She's like, fuck you, I'm not doing meds.
Yes. She is attempting to grieve the loss of her son. And in attempting to grieve the loss of her son properly, she ends up succumbing to suicidal ideation. And it's arguably the most beautiful moment in the show. It's so devastating that she's singing a goodbye song to the ghost of her son.
To the tune of his music box.
Yes. I am literally tearing up just thinking about it. And he is, with our staging, like, he is going away and leaving, and then at the very last line, the very last thing she says in I Dream to Dance is, I die to dance with you.
She doesn't finish the line.
Right. I die to dance. And then Gabe turns around and starts singing There's a World, and there's a place I know where we can go. So that's him coaxing her into attempting suicide. And it's beautiful and absolutely devastating. So at the end of Act 1, she is presented with the choice of...
It's not a choice. I mean, Dan pretty heavily coerces her into doing it.
Yes. Just very, very heavy, leaning heavily on the emotional blackmail. And...
to get ECT.
So, yeah, she is given electroconvulsive therapy starting at the beginning of Act 2. And it works, kind of.
Deletes everything.
It makes her feel less depressed, but that's because she can't remember the entirety of her life together with Dan. She does not recognize Natalie and has to work to get her memories back. And
you spend a large portion of Act 2 watching Dan hide Gabe from her.
Actively conceal the fact that they had a son.
Yeah.
And so
Natalie's clocking his shit the whole time.
And so the doctor says, like, when the time is right, you can bring, like, don't hit her with this right away.
Right.
Like, give her a little time to adjust and then introduce this gently.
Right.
And Dan does not. And he actively hides this from her. And so then when she finds out,
It's
because
from
the doctor makes a stray remark. So, like, have you talked of your depression, your delusions, and your son? And she's like, my what? And so then everything goes to shit.
Because now she knows.
Now she knows.
Can't trust this man.
Yeah. She's been living in a house with a man who has been
lying to her face.
Lying by omission at best. At the very best, it is a massive lie of omission.
You literally
but he has
been better than before with him lying about their wedding.
Yeah.
And Natalie's like, that's not what happened, dumbass.
Right. And well, that's how I remember it, so that's how it'll be.
It was raining. It was Portland. You eloped.
I mean, Portland?
Yeah.
But this idea of Dan's understanding of what has broken their family is Diana is sad.
Make her no sad.
If
Family
she's
better.
not sad, everything will get better.
Yeah.
And not having any thought whatsoever about the underlying causes.
No.
It's monstrous. It is so infuriating. Is one of the things that makes him such an incredibly compelling character, because it is compelling when people do bad things for selfish reasons.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a very similar dynamic between Benoit and Aline.
Yeah.
That mother is sad. Oh no, you gotta stop being sad.
You've got to stop being sad. I'm going to destroy the painting. I'm going to destroy the last vestiges of our son's soul.
Well,
and your last ability to, like, see him.
And Dan kind of does that too when he plays the music box.
Yeah. So even when she specifically asks him, she's like, wait, we had a son. And he's like, no, Diana, don't do this. Instead of coming clean, he's still like, oh shit, well, let's go back to the doctor. We've got to fix this.
Yeah.
He goes into damage control mode because he's like, this is going to rock the boat.
And he has one brief breakdown where they talk about what happened.
Yeah.
But then as soon as she says,
what was his name?
I never remember hearing you say it. Then he freaks out.
Yeah. And he freaks out. He takes the music box from her and smashes it on the floor.
Hulk smash.
Shout out to Bradley. Hulk smash.
He could not be stopped. He could not be stopped. It was so funny.
The way some of those things came apart, and they were like, maybe we can glue this back together. And we were like, bitch, that is in 75 pieces.
Crystal tried so hard.
God bless. I mean, it's when you're like 6'1"
Yeah.
and you throw something down, it's got a farther way to fall.
Yeah.
It's smash.
It's smash.
It's smash. Bradley chose to smash rather than pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
Because Diana realizes, okay,
I can't trust this
I
guy.
am getting my memories back. I remember some stuff. And now I know that I fully cannot trust this man that I've been living with and who I barely remember marrying. And she and Natalie have a kind of tentative reconciliation.
Well, she immediately realizes, like, she's got to go. She calls for Natalie.
Right. Because she
She's
cannot
like,
trust Dan.
Right. She's like, get me out of here.
Yeah. Her doctor encourages her to stay and keep trying to work on it. But she's like, no,
I'm good.
I'm going to take my daughter to her dance, to go dance with her stoner boyfriend.
Yeah, but only after a really long duet where we cry the whole time.
Yes.
Yes.
Also very beautiful. And so Diana leaves at the end, and Natalie
has to parent her sad fuck of a dad.
Yeah, has to be, well, because Dan has his moment of like, I can't believe you actually left me. And then Gabe starts singing to him, and he has the moment of like, no, why are you still here? Why didn't you go with her? Which is, if you want to say that it's a ghost, the moment that you could point to.
Right.
But my interpretation of the scene is that it's Dan finally addressing his own sense of grief.
Because he no longer has a choice.
He has nothing else to cling to in the moment and is finally alone with his thoughts and this grief that has been marinating and growing for 18 years. And at the very end of that scene, Gabe says, "You've always known who I am," and
it is the first time in the show you actually hear his name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't initially realized that like in our read-throughs of the script, I was talking about like, this is such an important moment because it's the first time Dan allows himself to say the name, and somebody was like, no one has ever said his name aloud in the entire show. Yeah. This one moment at the very end, he goes, Gabriel. And that is the only time in the show when his name is spoken out loud.
There's some controversy about how he should be listed in the program because of that. That people are like, instead he should be listed as like the son.
Yeah, but I know. I think that having him have a name in the program is the thing that preserves the illusion.
I know. I agree.
At first. But yeah, like if you didn't know his name at all, ever, that would be fascinating. But it would also kind of give the game away from moment one.
Unless you listed everyone as like the mother.
Oh,
the father. Like you could just put no one's name.
The boyfriend.
Right.
The doctors.
Right.
That would be an interesting choice.
Yeah. I'm not sure how allowed that is because MTI has really strict rules about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But that would be interesting. Yeah.
So, at their core, both of these stories are about families dealing with the grief at the loss of a son and the emotional neglect of a daughter because of that. And Next to Normal is an individual narrative, and there is no choice given.
Yeah.
And then we get to Expedition 33.
Right, where there are two different endings, and you get to take the reins a little bit. You have this choice at the end of whether or not Mael, Alicia, get to remain in the painting with this life that she's created, where she can speak, where she actually has a life.
She can speak. She has family and friends that she has come to know.
And that who love her and that she loves. And obviously her parents do love her, but they're so wrapped up in their grief that they are neglecting her. And her sister is a huge fucking cunt. Like, yeah. And you know that staying in this painting for an extended period of time causes some kind of harm. And so there is the concern mostly from her father really pushing her to leave, but also from
Verso.
From Verso.
Yeah.
But he also is like, I'm tired, please let me go.
Yeah. He does not want to be alive anymore. And one of the complicating factors here is that it's not just about taking her out of the painting.
Right.
It's about taking her out of the painting
and knowing it will be destroyed.
And then destroying it.
Right.
And so it is like every character in this that you have interacted with over the course of the whole game is going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's not just let's take you out of the painting. It's let's take you out of the painting so we can destroy this world forever.
Yeah. And if you choose Verso's ending, where he does get her to leave the painting.
And the choice is Verso and Mael are dueling each other, and you have to choose which one to control.
And knowing that will be who wins.
Yes.
But this is something that I think probably only people who like really played the game will pick up on, but it's so devastating. If you pick Verso, he wins. He sends Alicia out of the painting.
Yeah. I mean, you have to kill her.
Well, I mean,
and functionally kill her, and you watch her peeling away.
Right. But then you also watch all of your friends disintegrate.
Every single member of your party. You have to watch them die.
But Luna, who has been the one the whole time who says, as long as one stands, we continue. And she is the last one, and she sits down and just stares at him in rage, but she sits down. And so it's like, ugh. Like, she is not happy about it.
Yeah.
But that she's like, okay, like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna look at you and make you fucking know how I feel.
Yeah.
But like,
and like, kudos to the game for not letting you off the hook.
Oh no, there's bad things in every, like, there is no good ending.
Yeah, it's if you make this choice of what you think is going to be the healthiest choice for the real Alicia, you have to watch everyone you have come to love over the course of the game die one at a time. Not all at once. They take turns.
Yeah. And then you see her back in the real world with everyone standing over Verso's grave, not really acknowledging each other. Like,
yeah, like Renoir and Aline have some sort of moment.
Yeah.
Of like mild reconciliation.
Yeah, but they're like pretty much ignoring Alicia, and
she is still.
And so is Claire. She's just like, okay, whatever. I gotta go fight a war now. Bye.
Yeah.
And she's clutching her little SKA plushie.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Sweet baby SKA.
And so it's like,
it's like, okay, do you choose the real world?
Where she
Here
has
are the consequences.
where she has nothing.
Yeah.
Really, she has nothing. Or do you choose hers, where she gets to rebuild the world and live a life?
She kills her brother's spirit in the painting, and he explicitly says, like,
Please
let me rest. Like,
and she doesn't respect his wishes
and
and brings him back.
Yes, then at the end you do see that she has in fact brought him back. And so you have to live with that too. There is no unambiguously good ending to this game.
I still think that hers is the right choice, but they really had to be like, and she's doing bad things too.
Right. I mean, she is assuming her identity as a paintress, and with that comes a certain amount of change and responsibility, and a certain amount. You see her face at the end, and it looks like her mother's face with the paint streaks, and so it's like, this is not unambiguously good.
No.
This is like, there is still a sacrifice being made, and she now is functionally in a place where she's still living in this world. The people she loves are still alive. The people that she loves who died have been brought back. But also there is that sort of like, okay, you have the power of a god. Now, like,
you're living in this world, but you own this world. And so there is always that sort of disconnect.
It is. Complicated.
It's complicated. So anyways, play this game, watch this show if you haven't already, but I hope you have, because now we've just spoiled them all for you.
I mean, if you haven't, we fucking warned you.
We did warn you.
So you have no one to blame but yourself.
It's true. So I hope this was insightful, entertaining.
So the moral of the story is, go to therapy, for the love of God.
Oh my God, it's almost like that's the moral of every single podcast episode.
Don't ignore your daughter.
Yeah, please don't do that. It would make me sad.
Deal with your grief. Go to therapy. Don't neglect your children. Yeah. Good talk.
You've been listening to Fandom of the Opera. The music that you heard at the beginning and end of the podcast is an excerpt from Calling for Jane by Rachel Dean and Aaron Reifler. You can find us on social media, me at Divatron9000.
Me at Barrett Owned.
If you have questions, comments, or anything you would like us to know for future episodes of the podcast, you can email us at fandomoftheoperapodcast@gmail.com. Huge thank yous to our patrons on Patreon who help us continue to make this as well as bigger and better things, especially Cindy, Chuck, and Olive. If you would like to become a member of our Patreon, there are tiers from free all the way up to lots of dollars. So please consider coming and joining the Patreon family. There's lots of goodies that get posted over there. We also have a very special thank you today from one of our supporters for our Genders of Gibberage fundraiser.
Hell yeah.
Damien would like you to know, attention, attention! I find myself hilarious every time I say how my hair looks like a very clean carrot.
Excellent.
If you would like to have an ad on our podcast, you can either support us through that Tiltify campaign or email us at our email address and we can chat about that further. If you like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing, rating, and commenting on your podcast listening platform of choice. Thank you again so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.